Welcome to Globalpose News. U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff met Vladimir Putin in St. Petersburg on Friday, as Donald Trump urged the Russian president to get moving on a ceasefire in Ukraine. The Kremlin said the meeting lasted for more than 4 hours and focused on aspects of a Ukrainian settlement. The talks, Witkoff's third with Putin this year, were described by Special Envoy Kirill Dmitriev as productive. Trump has expressed frustration with Putin over the state of talks. On Friday, he wrote on social media, "Russia has to get moving. Too many people there, sick, dying, thousands a week, in a terrible and senseless war." It comes as Trump's Ukraine envoy Keith Kellogg denied suggesting the country could be partitioned. Russia's army, he reportedly suggested, could then remain in the occupied East. "You could almost make it look like what happened with Berlin after World War II, the paper quoted him as saying. Kellogg later took to social media to say the article had misrepresented what he said. "I was speaking of a post-ceasefire resiliency force in support of Ukraine's sovereignty," he wrote on X, adding, "I was not referring to a partitioning of Ukraine." Neither the White House nor Kyiv reacted to the comments immediately. The BBC has asked The Times for its response. Earlier on Friday, European nations agreed €21 billion, $24 billion, £18 billion in military aid for Kyiv. At the event, Europe's defense ministers said they saw no sign of an end to the war. Ahead of the Putin-Witkoff talks, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said there was no need to expect breakthroughs as the process of normalizing relations is ongoing. Asked whether discussions could include setting up a date for Putin and Trump to meet, Peskov said, "Let's see. It depends on what Witkoff has come with." Beforehand, Witkoff had a meeting with Dmitriev at the Grand Hotel Europe in St. Petersburg, where a conference was held on stainless steel and the Russian market. Dmitriev, the 49-year-old head of Russia's sovereign wealth fund, visited Washington last week and was the most senior Russian official to go to the U.S. since the country's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022. Meanwhile, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky accused the Kremlin of prolonging the war during a visit on Friday to the site of the 4th of April Russian missile attack on his hometown of Kryvyi Rih. The attack killed 19 people, including 9 children. He also alleged that hundreds of Chinese nationals were fighting with the Russian army. It comes after Ukraine said it had captured 2 Chinese nationals. "We have information that at least several hundred Chinese nationals are fighting as part of Russia's occupation forces," Zelensky said. "This means Russia is clearly trying to prolong the war even by using Chinese lives." Zelensky laid flowers in front of photos of Herman Tripolitz, 9, and 7-year-olds Irina Samodina and Radislav Yatsko. For more updates, news, views from around the globe, follow us on all our social media platforms at Globalpose.